we picked up this super awesome 26-inch PowerSmart snow thrower, and then it didn't snow again. But clearly this year we're getting a little bit of snow. 1 to 3 inches is what it said, but we're more like 8 inches at this point, and it's supposed to go through the night. So I imagine we're going to be doing this a few times. As you can see, I would say, like I said, about 8 inches of snow, and we just wheeled this thing out of the spot that it's been hiding in our barn all winter. I'm going to go ahead and prime it and start it up. Turn the key on here, and let's see what happens. Nice. Got light too. Alright, so I'll make a pass. This is the chute, and this is our speed. Here's our speed selector. We'll start off at a fairly good clip, and let's do it. Yeah, so really impressive. I'm not sure what I expected out of this, but I will say that it's exceeded my expectations. It really seems to work well. We've got 8 inches of wet snow and more coming in, and I feel like it's safer to use this than it is to use the tractor. As you can tell, we live in the mountains, some pretty steep hills. Right here where I'm standing is like 10 feet from oblivion, and it's really hairy when you're on here, especially when there's a layer of ice underneath. So this thing has really kind of exceeded my expectations. I guess that's what I'm going to leave it at. But let me go through this stuff, because if you haven't watched the other video, I'll just go through the controls for you real quick. And that's pretty simple. This lower thing here controls the direction of the chute. This engages the auger function, and this engages your movement of your wheels. Here's your speed select, and this moves the angle of the chute up and down. I'm just leaving it all the way up because, as you can see, we were blowing this stuff pretty far. But if you live in a neighborhood right next to a neighbor's yard, you didn't want to blow it all over their driveway, you can control the chute. Over here, the controls, it's really pretty simple. It's all marked out. You have choke on, you prime your bulb twice, choke off once the vehicle is running. Oil dipstick is over here for checking your oil levels. Of course, your fuel can up here on top. It's a pretty good sized tank. I think it's a little over a gallon. And then a little hidden, here's your pull start to start the unit up. Now, the unit did come with some extra shear pins in case you hit something unmovable. And so that's kind of cool as well. I think my favorite part, because although we're lucky enough to be doing this in late afternoon today, most of the plowing I do is before the sun comes up. And so most of the blowing I would do would be before the sun comes up. It does have a nice light, and it was actually a pretty bright light. Lastly, and this is super cool, it's kind of hard to see, but it's actually got hand warmers. Isn't that nifty? So these things are heated, and you can feel a little warmth coming through so your hands don't freeze.